Hello and welcome everyone to this class summary of the improvisation workshop. We are
Kati from Budapest
and Helmut from Vienna. And we had a very simple but fun sequence that we started with. It looked as following. We start with a little rebote, have an outside walk, a rebote to the side, and we have Americana position here. And then we can start again, and we have rebote, outside, side rebote, Americana to the side, and change. We were playing with different dimensions of improvisations. The first one,
we were playing with the way of walking.
with the way of walking. So in this simple sequence, for example, we can walk in a more specific way. We don't tell you that you should walk every time like this, but for example, you could use this. Or you could have a very smooth and continuous. Or you could have it very dynamic and have bah, bah. Now you saw some ways of walking have an influence on the timing as well. So if you want to have the same timing all the time, we had 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It will limit. Or we can just go with the flow and see if we are playful, it will be like this. Or maybe if we are more smooth, it will slow down. Or if we're more dynamic, it will speed it up. So you can play with the way of walking, and what I love about this is it's not only me as the leader of the couple who can propose this, it's also my partner.
The follower, yes.
So if Kati starts to change the way of walking, I feel it, and okay, why not? And then I copy it, until there's a moment that I say, okay, maybe no, I want a different quality again. So, quality of walking was the first dimension that we were improvising with. Second.
We were playing with the embrace, different dimension of the embrace.
So, we started with open embrace. We can start to close embrace. Usually it also has some kind of effect on the dynamic. And in this way, now we kept it neutral. We can explore how we want to embrace each other, or how to release the embrace and suddenly have more space again, or keep it very intense. And as with the way of walking, it might also affect the timing. So if we are very close, usually we are also more gentle in the way how we go into the double. Maybe it's still a double, but it will feel different. If I embrace like this, and then I start to be very abrupt and very dynamic, what happened now was like we were opening immediately. Kali felt like, okay, we need more space for this.
Yes.
So when you explore with this the first time, be careful not to surprise your partner too much.
And I think it's really important to understand that it's not only the leader can change the dimension of the embrace, but also the followers. You can propose and show what you feel and how you want to be embraced and how you want to embrace your partner, and they normally react.
Definitely. And for that, we had the exercise. When we start, I receive and I listen. How is the way that Kati wants to start dancing in embrace? And maybe we start even more, and then we go into this little sequence. And maybe she wants to change. So there was always this transition part. Now comes the next part. Either we repeat the sequence or we do a different one. But this is also a good moment for the follower to communicate. Maybe if you want to adopt something, here's could be again good. The third part
is the doubling.
The doubling.
The steps.
So one easy element to improvise is to take a given structure and just repeat one element, to double one element, not in the sense of the timing, but in the sense of repeating it. We started with a little preparatory step and then have the rebote. So the first double would be have a close and open and then the rebote. To double a rebote is a little bit more tricky. So usually it's kind of a trace-pied walk that comes, and then we have the true rebote. Let's do it one more time. So the first was double to the side, 1 and 2, and normal rebote. The second one was normal preparation and trace-pied walk, and then the double that we had before. The next element that we could double was the outside walk. So after the rebote, we could have 2, and then go into the side rebote. The next one, after the outside walk, we had the side rebote that we could close and have one more step and then come back. The next one was the Americana, so we could double this part. And of course, the last one, we could also double the side step of the closing. Baccadum. Yeah, these were the basic parameters that we could play with to create some new flavors and explore new things without changing too much, so that we can keep it simple and we feel secure, although we don't know what will happen.
And I think in the same way you can have your own combination, what you already like and you use a lot, and then just try those things with your own combination, and you have totally different dimensions of the same thing.
So let's repeat one more time. The way of walking, we copy the quality of the walk, the quality of the embrace, playing with distance. Both can be proposed by both dancers. And the third one was to
doubling.
Repeat one concrete step. Make sure it's always an even number, that you don't change into cross system. Then we had the bonus. And bonus is like, for example, we can embellish, and Cotti could do, or me as well, but let's start with Cotti, some elements. For example, here, have the rulo, or we had the possibility to do a voleo. And when one partner starts to do embellishments, the other partner could copy. So also here, we could do this voleo together. Today is not about how we lead, but how we explore together. So we feel, and if we start with repetition, we feel like maybe in a club when we're dancing and somebody starts to play with something like this, the others take it and develop it. So here it's not like I lead Kati the voleo, but I start doing it and she copies me, or she starts doing it and I start copying her. The final thing that we just had very little time to explore was to change the sequence and continue differently. For example, we could start like this, and then from the Americana, continue with the hero. So, in the end, we finish with the same.
Yes.
And this is possible with a lot of structures, and I'm sure you have many things in your repertoire that could fit, that can be added, and still you finish, or you will finish differently. And find yourself in a new position with new possibilities.
Thank you, and have fun with practicing.
Enjoy the practice. Don't forget to give your partner a smile. And one thing that I liked a lot about Kati was the first thing of improvisation is say yes to what your partner is proposing. So it's not, no, but I wanted to double the other. No, now we were doubling the rebote. No, say yes to what your partner is proposing,
yes,
and give your partner a smile and you will have fun. Enjoy.